Thursday. Good evening. How's everyone? Hi, this is Destiny on Thursday, January 16, 2020. This video is for my Life is Beautiful platform. I have not addressed or done a video for you all this year. This year, I have not done any videos, so this is the first video for my Life is Beautiful platform in 2020. And I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about loving yourself. Wow, I want to say, Destiny, okay, we got to start out right with life. If you want to start off turning over a whole new leaf and a whole new beginning, and changing things about life, first you need to make the change within yourself, and you got to make sure that you are totally, absolutely in love with yourself. You are more important than anything, anyone, anybody could ever be. Yourself is the most important person in your life, and you need to make that a bold statement and a priority to making sure that people know that. So I'm going to remind you how important it is to love yourself. Loving yourself. Talk to yourself like you would talk to someone that you love. The relationship that you have with yourself is the most important relationship of your life. Your entire life. How you feel about yourself affects your aspect of your life. What are you talking about, Destiny? Destiny got to repeat that one. How you feel about yourself affects every aspect of your life. Your work, your relationships, your health, they are all impacted by your feelings about yourself. Your work suffers because you don't believe in yourself enough to go after the kind of work that suits you. And maybe your work suffers because your low self-esteem gets in the way of the work relationship that would help you progress in the workplace. Your relationships suffer in many ways, such as your low self-esteem stopping you from taking risks in life. You're so insecure, and your insecurity inhibits you from being the whole person that you are and who the Creator created you to be. And for that reason, people only get to know a very small portion of you. So when you don't love yourself, you'll probably don't take no time out getting to know you, learning about you, and you probably don't take very good care of yourself either. You probably have poor sleep habits, eating poorly, not allowing yourself to stay in a healthy and wholesome environment, but you always allow yourself to stay in these bad relationships and this bad toxic environments and around toxic people. But the most important thing that is affected by your sense of self is your happiness. I keep telling you guys, happiness is your birthright. We feel happy when we like who we are, and we feel miserable when we think that we are no good. Really miserable and angry. But at the end of your life, guys, listen. You don't want to look back and realize that you ignored the one person who most wanted and needed to love you. And that person was yourself. It is you. Don't ignore yourself. Don't regret looking back later in life and saying, I wish I would have loved me. I wish I would have spent more time with me. I wish I would have spent more time getting to know me. Know yourself. Love you. Fall in love with who you are. If you don't know how to do that, hey, seek therapy. Seek somebody to help you. Therapy can help you rekindle the love that you had for yourself. And as a child, you joyfully really was crowded all the time. But you say, look at me. Look at me. You want to be seen. Look at me. Because when you were a child, when we were always children, we felt such a great respect for ourselves. I mean, nobody couldn't tell us that we weren't the greatest. I mean, mom and daddy told us we were the greatest, we were the best, we were the cutest. We believe it. But loving yourself is your natural right. It's better for you and it's better for the world. And hating yourself invaded and it corrupted your belief system due to your encounter with the world and the ways in which you interpreted those encounters. So let me tell you, I'm going to give you some examples of the types of conditioning that destroyed your healthy and your natural self-esteem. And that is why you are at the point that you are today, many of us, not loving who we are, not loving the person that we are, not loving ourselves, not knowing how to accept us, to see the value and the beauty in us. So here are some examples. First of all, you were taught to think poorly of yourself. And don't deny it, because we were. A lot of us were. And perhaps you were told overly and covertly that you were not good enough when you were growing up. If this is criticism and this kind of criticism came from that people or the people that matter the most to you, then that's not surprising. It's not surprising at all that you would believe their words to be true. Alternatively, being physically hurt by your loved ones, it leads to low self-esteem as you believe that you deserve to be hurt, or that if you were better, then you wouldn't be hurt. And all these traumas we allow to come in our lives. And these traumas, what they did create, and they can create shame. And the belief that you were somehow responsible for the traumas that came in your life, the traumas that you experienced. Additionally, guys, low self-esteem may be inherited from other family members. If your parents feel badly about themselves, then you will believe that you don't deserve to feel good about yourself either. Families have belief systems. And guys, these belief systems are passed down from generations after generations in very subtle ways. And if your family was oppressed in the past, and those feelings of being discriminated against and mistreated by the larger society, and it may affect the identity of those family members in that generation. And it may affect those family members for generations after generations. Who's going to break the curse? Who's going to break these family curses? You don't have to continue living that way. But guys, listen, incidentally, our current society continues to project prejudice. These prejudice messages about race and about wealth and appearance and so on and so on, and that they can only teach us to judge ourselves by these messages. And that's what these messages normally do. When we're around hearing all kinds of negative things and people are judging us with way life with other people live and how they do things, and they're putting us against people, making comparisons, and hey, you know, this is only teaching us to judge ourselves by those messages that we are receiving. So guys, by giving you the time and the space to explore the roots of your low self-esteem, you know, therapy can really help you develop a generous and a positive self-image by teaching you to distinguish the teaching from the truth. And you know what? The greater awareness will allow you to make your own choices about how you feel about yourself, freeing you from the critical messages of the past. And another way things happen. Comparing yourself to others. Oh, wow. I wish we could get beyond that one. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone. You are created in your beautiful, authentic self by the divine creator. You are just his perfect masterpiece. But it's natural to compare ourselves with others. As children, we looked at what others were doing as a way to learn how to do things. And then we grow as adults and we still benefit. We benefit, yes, from observing teachers and other people in our lives, and those that have mastered something that we're just trying to start to learn how to do. There's nothing wrong with admiring the gifts of another, but not to admire other people's gifts and forget that you have such great gifts and talents and abilities within yourself. However, guys, Somewhere along the pathway of development, the progress and the talents of others became an ammunition that fed your self-criticism. It became so much easier to see what was great about other people and almost impossible to see what was great about yourself. And perhaps your value system became so corrupted, only valuing attributes that you didn't even possess instead of valuing your strengths that you did possess. And perhaps you have fallen prey to society messages, valuing the rich over the poor, the young over the old, one race over another. You know, that list goes on and on and on. It's biased messages that's constantly sent out day to day, all the time. We gotta turn our ears away from that. No. And then again, additionally, it's not a fair comparison. If you can only see others, but you can't see yourself, oh, we need to go back, and we need to go back and take a look in the mirror again, because we are far greater than we can give ourselves credit. And it's not a fair comparison. I'm going to say it again. It's not a fair comparison. If you can only see others, but you're not seeing your beautiful, authentic self. But in reality, you're not actually seeing other people fully either now. Your assessment of yourself is based on assumptions and half-truths. Getting to know yourself and others better can help you develop a more realistic and accepting and a more completely perspective of yourself. I'm telling you another way you can do this. Group therapy is a good thing. Group therapy is especially suited for learning about yourself and others and developing generosity and acceptance for all. And another way, how sometimes we look at ourselves as not being loving, because we have that fear that makes you portray yourself. And you don't hate yourself. You hate the fear that stops you from being your true self. That fear, that false evidence appearing real, it's not real. It's an illusion. So you can say it again. Fear. You don't hate yourself. You hate the fear that stops you from being your true self. In some instance, that anxiety is justified, guys, and we gotta get over all that things. We always compare ourselves, and we always portray ourselves, and we put down ourselves. We always putting up other people to be on a larger and a better platform than we are, putting them up on a higher pedestal. We gotta see ourselves achieving and accomplishing the things that we know that the Creator has created us to do. We have the power within us to be able to achieve and attain those things. We gotta love ourselves. We gotta break down those barriers of hate, betrayal, those barriers of I'm not good enough and all those things. We gotta tear down some of these walls. And I'm just making some little instance, guys, like in a big city like Los Angeles, use this for example. We think there is more freedom to be who you are. But in some communities, guys, coming out as transgender, for example, it could be dangerous. Another example, I'm talking about an Orthodox family, maybe in Encino, and it could be fracture about family members choosing a different religion. But in other circumstances, such as telling your friend that you're upset with them or quitting law school to write poetry, the dangers are less dangerous now, but yet still upsetting. The fear of conflict, guys, or losing someone's approval, or being ridiculed or rejected, it may be enough to make you choose to deny who you are, deny who your true self is, deny the love that you have that you can give to yourself. And then what it does, it represses your true feelings and your desires. It will hinder you from allowing the love that the Creator put in you to flow through you and out of you on to others because you are loving yourself. When you live your life acting in ways that you think that will make other people accept you, suppressing the parts of your personality that you fear might be rejected. Ooh, some core, okay, I'm just kind of getting this, but some core part of you may experience this false persona as a deep portrayal of your true self. Guys, holding your true feelings inside and being angry with yourself, for it can lead to explosive anger, self-hatred, self-loathing, and depression, withdrawal, and making yourself feel like you're not good enough, you're not worthy. It can do a lot of things to your life, damage you. You got to learn to let go of false beliefs and false feelings that has been fed to you about yourself. You are not what people say you are, and you are not what people has programmed you to believe that you are. You are your beautiful and authentic self created by the divine creator. So, holding your true feelings inside and being angry with yourself, for it can only lead to a huge explosion of anger. So guys, listen to this. I'm saying this to my Life is Beautiful platform viewers. You wish you had the courage to be yourself and just let the world have its opinion about you. It don't matter what people think about you. What do you think about yourself? And that's where you got to get to that point. You got to value yourself. Love your beautiful, authentic self. But I know it's hard to take that risk sometimes, to stepping out in your own raw, authentic, your own beautiful feeling self. It gets hard, and it's a risk, especially if you've been hiding yourself for so long and you've been denying yourself love and believing that you are your greatest and your best. But guys, you may need some individual therapy, and some others may need group therapy, and it's out there. Help is out there. I am Destiny. I can help. I am a life coach. I am a holistic health coach. I am a motivator, and I can help and encourage and inspire you with your life. So you can become more positive. You become more accepting and more loving of who you are. So you got to reach out and seek help. And guys, in particular, provide the opportunity. I can provide the opportunity to express your true feelings. I can help you with that. And to express your true feelings with others. So guys, building up your confidence to show yourself in your personal life, believe me, it is very important. And I'm going to tell you again, at first, it has to start with who you are, knowing who you are, accepting who you are, loving yourself first. More than anything or anyone else, love you. Loving yourself like you will love someone else, but you love yourself at a greater and higher level. And that's it. This first video is about 19 minutes. That's enough to hold you for this first kicking off this new year 2020. On that further note, guys, namaste. See you in the next video. Bye to my Life is Beautiful platform.